So my vision is to save our kids in our communities.
3, 2, 1.
Not just in the Stop 6 area, which is where I'm very passionate for because it's where I originated and started out with, but to be pushing for safety all over America, starting with our small black and brown communities, and not just limited to black and brown, but to all, but that's where the most problems are, in the black and brown communities. Our kids, their health, their safety, their mental health, it's very important. Of course, a lot of people say that it starts at home, but it starts in our communities because you got to have a home in order for it to start from. So we have to go back and help build up our homes so these children will understand what it's like to have a good home front, good foundation, so that when someone approaches them, they know what to look for and to say no and stop and don't yell and scream or tell somebody. So I created Safe in the Six to let people know that Stop 6 is not only a safe place to live, but a great place to raise your children and get a good education. The communities and the families that are in Stop 6, they are families. We're just not residents. We're just not neighbors. We are actually a loving and productive community that sticks together and work with one another. Popular to what other people might believe, we love our community and the people that's in it. So April the 26th, this will actually be our third annual Human Sex Trafficking and Mental Health Awareness Walk. We do this every year over in the Stop 6 area. And I say Stop 6 because a lot of people are not familiar with human sex trafficking. Most time when people hear about it, they think of kids being in cages, things like that. A lot of people don't know that there's several types of trafficking as it relates to human sex trafficking. There's labor, there's all types of coercion and fraud that deals with it. We have it where people are trying to get a job and they have sex so they could work, or a place to stay, or food to eat. And so with this walk, because we've had so much of it in Stop 6 that a lot of people don't even know about, I began doing this walk just to bring the awareness back to the community so we can relate back to being a family and a community that watches out for our own. It's going to be April the 26th, which is a Saturday. As a matter of fact, it's next Saturday. We will start at Paul Laurence Dunbar High School, where we'll start loading up at 10:30, making sure that everyone is in line. We will promptly pull out the parking lot at 11 a.m. We'll start on down, going west down Ramey. We will not make any turns. We're going to end up at Eastover Park, right on the corner of Ramey and Pate. Why this park? Okay, so it was told that there was a young lady who had been trafficked and they found her body here. She was 3 years old. 3 years old and had been sexual trafficked all the way from New York to Fort Worth, Texas, and they found her in the area of Stop 6, or at this park. There's also a lot of prostitution that goes on at this park, and exchanging of money and drugs sometimes, as well as we found children down here that didn't have a place to stay, homelessness, and they're actually sleeping in this park. But as you can see, this park it's a beautiful green space, but we don't have any water fountains. We don't have any self-standing coverings that will actually protect the children and the people that are playing in the park from the sun. We don't have any standing restrooms and things like that. But we have this beautiful big park that the city said, oh, well, just be happy I have a park. But I want to bring attention to this park for the negative parts that goes on so that we can get a better park and build up our community and our city. That is my goal, to make our community safe, healthy, and sustainable so that our children have something to come back to. It's about generational wealth, mental health, as well as safety from any type of sexual exploitations that happens in our city and in our communities. This year we'll actually have Opal Lee participating with us. She'll actually be our spearheading, and she'll be the very top of the parade. A lot of people might not know who she is, and might do know who she is, but I can tell you that lady is very to be 99 years this year, she is a very vibrant and loving woman who has a heart and care for the community. So you can go up on the website, which is Safe in the Six. We're asking everyone to register. There are also t-shirts that are on sale for there, and as with everything, we're just asking for donations so we can support this and make it even bigger next year as we put this together again, because this is an annual thing, because it's something that's needed. There's over 80,000 children, most of them are being mailed right now, African American male young men that are in the sex trafficking situations. This is a large industry. They make over $1 billion a year in trafficking. And we would love to save all our children and all our families and all the women and men that are in it. But it takes help and support from people like you. For those who can't be on the front line, we are boots on the ground, stumping our way through human sex trafficking and mental health problems. Again, I would like to ask that it takes a lot of work. You have to have a heart for this. You have to be strong and be willing to fight and push through, and sometimes not have your emotions involved in it because of what you see, what you experience, and the knowledge that you receive while you're doing this. Be careful with the grooming that goes on. Parents, make sure you help your children to understand what it's like to be groomed for trafficking. Some of the traffic victims are actually being groomed by their own family members, which is really sad. There's a lot of demonic spirits that are floating, not just through Stop 6, not just through Fort Worth, but throughout families and communities and cities and countries. And we're gonna have to put a stop to this, and it starts with you. You can make a difference. Again, you can donate at Safe in the Six. That's all spelled out, no acronyms. We are a registered 501c3 nonprofit organization that's looking for support from people like you. Thank you.